Welcome, and thank you for joining me on the mat today. Today's class, we are going to be doing some dynamic movements. And the reason why I've called this class for athletes is because with athletes, we especially want to be careful about overstretching our muscles, causing tears, and doing potential damage that could take us out of our profession for longer periods of time. So we do want to focus on shorter holds that allow our muscles to stretch, but also to come back to their original position. So for today's class, you will want either two blocks or two objects of about the same height. They can be anything, even your little hand weights. We're not going to be lifting them. We're going to be moving over top of them. So as long as they're about the same size, everything will be all great. So find a comfortable seated position on your mat. Grow tall through the spine. And let's take 3 deep breaths together. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Perhaps lift the arms up as well. And then exhale through the nose, relax. And deep inhale. Slow exhale. And one more. As you exhale this time, lean forwards. Already starting to stretch into those hips. And inhale, walk up. Grow tall. Now you naturally put one of your legs in the front, switch it up to the other one. And let's take that deep breath again. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, fold forward. And just taking a moment here, noting the difference in sensation once we switch that leg. Good. Inhale, rise up. If it is comfortable enough, try and keep that opposite leg crossed for the remainder of our seated positions here. And we are focusing on the hips, but it's nice to get a little bit of back movement as well. So let's take that left hand to the earth. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, reach, hold. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale, reach to the right. Good. Once more each side. Good. Inhale. Last time. Inhale to come through center, and we're going to twist. Tall spine. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Twist. Tall spine. Good. Inhale. Once more each side. Inhale to exhale. Good. Inhale, come back to center. We are going to open those legs, bring them into our butterfly position. Now, your butterfly can be as wide or as close in as you'd like, depending on your hip flexibility. You may find it more uncomfortable the closer your feet get. Grow tall through the spine. And then exhale, send your chest forward. Try and keep your flat back. And then again, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And inhale. One more. Exhale. Good. Inhale, lift up. Bring your hands back behind you so you can plant those feet. Take a little windshield wiper with the knees. And we're going to drop the knees over to one side. Sit up nice and tall. So we still got these bent leg positions. Try and keep your body up. Switch to the other side. Once more, each side. And last one. Good. Back to center. We're going to send our legs out long and wide. We're going to grab our blocks or your objects. So you may want to start with them on their lowest setting, just to see where your hip strength and flexibility is at. And then from there, especially if you've got blocks or any kind of other object with sides, you'll be able to take it up a notch. So we're going to start with our right leg. For most people, this is your dominant leg, so it is going to be a little bit easier, but you never know. Sit up tall through the spine, and even let's see if we can take our hands here, take our hands out of the equation. Little bit of flex in the toes, and we're going to lift in and over, in and over. So if that felt too easy, take it up, in and over, in and over. So that's 3 rounds. Let's take one more. Good. You need to give the legs a little shake in between. Take our left leg. In and over. For 1. Loosen my tall spine. For 2. For 3. And last one. Nice. If that left side felt particularly tight, I'll encourage you to take another few on that side. It always helps to do a little bit of 50% extra on your weaker side, your non-dominant side, just to help it gain a little bit more strength. All right, take those windshield wipers. Always one of my favorite moves to do in between sets. And then we're going to flow over into our tabletop position here. All right, starting with our right leg, I'm going to move my blocks so I don't kick them. We're going to send that leg straight back, hip height, toes towards the earth. Turn the toes out to the side. Leg is going to follow to the side. Once it can't go any further while it's straight, bend it back in. And again, we're going to go for 4. Kick back, nice and slow. These aren't speedy movements. Last one. Bring it in. Left side. All right, one more. Now we've essentially made one type of circle with our hips. Let's take the other circle. However, we'll keep the knee bent, so take it out to the side, back and in. And again, nice and slow, 4 little circles. 3, 4. Beautiful, other side. Chop to the earth. We're going to send that right leg straight out to the side. The whole foot is on the earth. My left toe is untucked. And then I'm going to send my hip back. Exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale. Inhale. So I'm only pressing as far back as my hips will allow. All right, we're going to take 2 rounds with that, a little bit longer hold. And about 6 seconds. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press, hold. Good. Inhale, rise. Slowly draw that right leg in. Left leg out to the side. And again, press back with the breath to start us off. And 2 with the longer holds. Press back, hold. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press. Inhale, rise. Lovely. Bring it back in. Bring your hands forward and let your hips drop. So we'll kind of counter that stretching in the hips with a little bit of a forward back bend. Good. And then press all the way back. Take your hips nice or your knees nice and wide. So when we take our knees wide in this child's pose, we bring that stretch into the hip. Let your head relax. And press up. We're going to take a couple movements from our down dog. So tuck the toes underneath. Press the hips up and back. Straight line from wrist, shoulders to hips, knees and bent as you like. Send that right leg straight up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. And then step it through in between the hands. We are going to come into a low lunge. Rise up, checking that we got a nice square shape with our low lunge. Hands can be wherever you like. I'm just going to set them on my thighs here, but they can be at heart center or send them up to work those shoulders. We're just going to send the knee forward so it can go in front of the toes, stretching this back hip. Inhale, rise. Exhale. And inhale. All right, 2 with the longer holds. Lean into it. Relax. And once more. Keep this forward knee. Send the hands to the earth. So you can step back to your down dog. Take a little walk, a little hip sway. And then we'll switch to the other side. Left foot straight back, three-legged dog. Step it forward, low lunge. Hands to wherever you'd like. Move with the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, 2 with that hold. Relax. Once more. Keep that knee forward. Plant the hands. Step back, down dog. Little walk. All right. Back to that right leg, kick it up. This time step it to the outside of that right hand. If you can, keep your left leg lifted. We're just taking this wide open stance. And then we're going to step back. Other leg, left leg, up. Step out. Kind of sink the hips, but don't drop the knee. And we're going to repeat once more each side. Right leg back. Step it to the outside. Step back. Left leg. Step it out. And step back. Good. Step your feet to the top of the mat. And then walk your feet out nice and wide. Toes out at about 45. We're going to sink into that squat. Hands come to the heart to help your elbows press the knees away. And then we are going to plant the hands there. Hands stay on the earth, hips come up. So if your knees are really bent, that's fine. We are stretching the back of the legs as well here. And then sink back to that yogi squat. Hands down, hips up. And down. Once more to the hips up. Good. Once more to the squat because we're going to come back to the earth. All right, release those hands. Give those hips a little bit of movement. Beautiful. We're going to take one more movement. So So we're going to come into a side plank position, but a modified side plank. So I am going to take this hand underneath me. I am starting with my left leg, doesn't really matter which one. And we're going to make some rainbow shapes with our legs. So you can bring that foot in front of you and then lift up and over. Once more to the front. And then we're going to switch it up, slowly bring it in, switch to the other side. Other leg out. Put that hand underneath us, toes to the front. If you were counting along with me, we did like 8 little taps. One more. Nice. Draw that leg in. Come back to any comfortable seated position. Just because I'm here, I'm going to sit on my knees. Take 2 final deep breaths together to finish off our class. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, one more. Thank you for joining me on the mat today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.